Welcome back to Briggs on Books, our international talk show where we talk to authors and publishers and editors and book cover designers, everything to do with books. Briggs on Books is the show, and we appreciate you watching. If you're an author, or an aspiring author trying to become an author, we bring actual authors on the show, people who've done it, people who have written a book, finished writing a book, and actually got them their book published. And by the way, our next author, Andrew Caldwell. Welcome, Andrew. You did it more than once. You did it, what, 5, 6, 8 times?
Yep, I'm getting up there.
Quite a few books.
Eventually, one's going to work.
One's gonna stick. By the way, here's I'm just going to put this cover up for a second. The Last Supper. Tell us what that book's about, Andrew.
The Last Supper's. I was a chef 20 years. I worked in 14 years. And as I went around the world, I used to look up historical sites. And my mother took really sick one year, so I had to find some funds quickly. And I came up with this idea of the Last Suppers. So to be in the book, you've got to be somebody really famous. You have to die tragically before your time. And then you end up with the recipe for the last meal. So
okay. And by the way,
6 of those out there now. It's
yeah, the Last Suppers.
Well.
It's plural, Last Suppers. And
here's the Last Suppers. There's 20 characters in each book, and they're all really famous, but they all died tragically.
And here's Last Suppers 2, by the way, and Last Suppers 3. And
there's 3 more to come out.
Nice. Now, does it describe what their Last Supper was?
Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
Worked really hard at the recipes for everybody, and it's really not that hard. I mean, when Princess Diana died, they knew what she had, and the guy on the Titanic, same thing. So
yeah, it's all there.
The recipes are all there.
And by the way, Andrew, I'm a historian, and I was a history professor. And when my friends see me coming, they run the other way because they know they're in for some boring history story from me. But you seem like the fun kind of historian, that you tell a fun story.
I think history is unbelievable. I never went to high school. And the fact that I've been able to travel the world, and I've been to the... I know Custer was the only white man not scalped there because he had a crew cut 2 days before.
Yes.
And I like finding out these funny things about people. History is fun, and I think big mistakes were made when we stopped teaching it in our schools.
Yeah.
But today you've got people who really don't understand what's going on in the Middle East, or, we should bring history back.
Can you tell us a little bit, Andrew, where you're from and how you got to where you are now?
Yeah, I'm originally from Bermuda. And from Bermuda, I was put in a monastery school when I was 6 years old in England. And I left there when I was 12, 13. I was working on a fishing boat in the Bahamas.
Wow. And
then from there, I got a job back home in Bermuda to be a trainee chef. And I worked through the kitchens to become a head chef. And I used that to travel the world. I cooked for the Queen of England once. I've cooked for Nelson Mandela and Bob Marley. It's been fun. But nobody ever said when I was 12 or 13, this is how you become a hedge fund manager, or this is how you become an attorney.
Now,
that's what it was.
And how did you land in, where are you now, South Carolina?
Yep, Charleston. We just traveled. My wife had a look in New York and Hudson Valley, and she's up there now. And it seems like every few years I'm destined for a move.
Yeah, that's
and
nice.
She has a lovely daughter who's an opera singer down here, and so we came here, and now she's up north looking after her mother. So
nice. Let's skip now. Last Suppers, I get the idea. This sounds like a lot of fun. Tell me a little bit about we have a book cover up, The President's School. Tell us about that book.
I got really ill a couple of years ago, and everywhere I've gone around the world, I've seen how everybody's system works, and they're all different. And I always keep thinking, why shouldn't we do things differently? So the president school is about having a Jewish president who comes up with these really creative people who say, why don't we move Israel to, and it becomes southern New Mexico.
Yeah.
And if I wrote all this before all this stuff started in the Middle East just lately, and most people seem to think that's a really good idea.
Right.
You know, Israel's out there and living on a piece of land the size of New Jersey.
Yeah.
But they could move them to southern New Mexico, give them 100,000 acres.
Yeah.
So that's the plot of the book. But then the Arabs don't want to see them go. So that becomes its own story as well. How do they stop Israel from moving when they want to?
Okay. That sounds like a delightful book. Now, there's two books. I'm putting the covers up that I can't make any sense out of what it says on the cover. Is it another language?
Which one's that?
The top word is Hun, Hun.
Oh, that would be Attila the Hun. He's one of the characters from one of the Supper's book.
Very good. Now, I do want to say this, that I went to your...
Hungary. That's the book cover. That's the Last Supper's book. Each country did its own cover. So that's what you're probably looking at.
Yes.
The Hungarian cover.
The Hungarian, okay. Now, I have to say this, is that I wanted to know what's Andrew all about, so I went to Amazon, and you have quite a display there on Amazon. There's a lot of books, very easy to find and easy to order. I think...
How many did you order?
I'm going to start with this one. I'm putting it on the screen. It has Napoleon on the cover, Their Last Suppers, and I think that's the first one in that series. Is that right?
Yep.
Yeah, I think I'll start there and work through the rest. But these just sound like delightful books and fun books. And did you say you have some more coming out right away?
Yeah, I've got 3 more. I've been ill and I've been off my feet. I'm back on my feet, so I'm promoting. I'm going out and I'm doing things again. And
very good.
I've got a couple more new books coming out. One is called Barbecuing, and it's a whole range of dishes. It's going to be done in California on the engine block of an old Bentley.
Nice. That's fascinating, too. You are fascinating, Andrew. I could talk to you all day long, but they only give us 10 or 12 minutes.
Let's stay on.
Is there any last thoughts?
Let's get rid of everybody else.
I would love to do that. Any last thoughts for our viewers? Anything else you want them to know?
These books are fun, and the recipes are all doable. 20 recipes for all these books,
nice.
All on a barbecue.
Okay.
Even really extravagant meals. I just think they're fun books, and
well,
give them the go.
Yeah, the books are fun, and Andrew, you are fun. Andrew Caldwell is our guest. We have your Instagram on the screen there, Their Last Suppers, and we have your Facebook address on the screen, so look up Andrew. But most of all, go to find his books and buy his books. Thank you so much, Andrew.
Thank you, Michael. See you next week, right?
Yeah, I want to talk to you again. This is a lot of fun. I'd love to talk to you some more. We'll be back with Briggs on Books right after this.